So this next installment of our Mind Matrix educational video is all about beliefs. So people talk about belief, either having it or not having it, but do people really know what beliefs are? Beliefs are basically rules. The rules that we start learning from day one coming into this world about what we believe we need to know to survive in this world and thrive. And many of these beliefs get passed on to us from other people. And in the first 7 years of our life, the vast majority of our beliefs are coming from our mum and our dad, because they are our caregivers. They are the people who have been on this planet for 20 or 30, 40 years. So in theory, they know the rules, they know the shortcuts to life and surviving on this planet. And we're like a sponge. These first 7 years, our subconscious mind is open. The door to the subconscious mind is wide open. We are sitting, looking, wherever we go, we're taking in so many questions. If you've got children, or you can remember about your younger days yourself, you remember having such an inquisitive mind. What does this mean? What does this do? Why does Mummy do this? Why does Mummy do that? Why? The subconscious mind is open. It is not being infiltrated. It is like a blank piece of paper. We come into this world with only two fears, two beliefs, and that's of loud noises and it's the fear of falling. Other than that, it's a blank slate. So everything that you believe that you know to be true has come from somewhere. And it started coming from your experiences with your mum and dad. And then as you get past the first 7 years of this imprint period, the subconscious mind starts to change. It starts to close ever so slightly. And it begins closing all the way up to around 14 years of age, which is why your high school days were so important as well. You start to step outside the environment of your parents, and you start to go into a wider society and learn more information about how you need to act, how you need to think, how you need to behave. And this is why, if you can remember your school days and working as a teacher, I see this and saw this an awful lot in the past, where children would do things in groups of people that I know that they definitely would not do on their own. And it's because they're trying to fit in. They try to fit in because they know that being part of a group enhances their experience of life. And if we want to really break this down, it's because we have this hardwired belief deep within our subconscious mind that in order to help increase our chances of survival, we need to be part of a tribe, because this is what helped the human species evolve to become the #1 species on the planet in the respect of consciousness anyway, and be able to create all of these amazing things, was the fact that we learned that if we can work together as a tribe, we can get more done. We can have people who were hunter-gatherers, we can have people who would keep the fire going, we'd have people who would look after the children, we'd have people who were making food, people who would collect the water, people doing all of these jobs. And we learned that by working together as part of a tribe, as a community, that we could increase our chances of survival. And so this same program gets rolled out when we start, growing up within our homes, which is why we quite often take on similar traits and similar habits to our mums and dads, because we want to fit in, we want to be loved by mum, we want to be loved by dad. And then when we go to school, we want to be loved and accepted by our classmates, our students, because if you spend 5 years at high school isolated on your own, it's not going to be a great place for you. So sometimes when students and people were at school, they would sacrifice the things that they would know to be right and start doing wrong things just to fit in. And as a result of this, because our subconscious mind is still open in our early teenage years, our beliefs are still being changed by the people that we are around. And then as we start to get older and get into our 20s and 30s and 40s, this subconscious mind starts closing, and these habits and beliefs start getting really hardwired into that mind, and it becomes more challenging, although very possible, but it's more challenging to start changing some of the things, some of our programming from our past. So just to take it back a step, essentially our beliefs are rules of survival. what do I need to do in order to survive in this world? And once we have learned how to survive, and we believe that we're surviving, then we can take the next step, which is what the Science of Excellence is all about, which is what these Mind Matrix programs are about, which is what our neuroscience techniques are all about. We don't want people to just survive in this world and get by. We want all of us as a collective race of people to be thriving. And we thrive when we take conscious control over our beliefs. And our neuroscience technology literally teaches you how to rewire subconscious beliefs. It teaches you how to reframe and change the neurology and create new neuroplastic growths. We have this technology which helps release BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which helps neurons grow and rewire in the cortical structures of our mind. So if you are trying new things and not getting results, it's normally because you've got beliefs and habits which are not hardwired in. There's a lot of research been done on how long it takes to create these new habits, and it says it's anywhere between 150, 160, 170 days of consciously, making effort to do these new things. Some more simple habits can take shorter time that they've seen. But the beauty of our neuroscience technology is that you can start making changes to habits and beliefs in a day sometimes. Sometimes it's 3, 4, 5 days. Many people using these unique techniques can change a habit of a lifetime in one 30-minute session. So if you really want to start getting real control, you really want to start thriving in this world, then you want to get control over those subconscious beliefs. You want to start to look at life and just maybe take a pen and paper. What are the beliefs that I have about who I am? And write them down. Who am I? And also write, who am I not? Start looking at yourself. What do I believe is true? What are my strengths? And when you ask, what do I believe are my strengths? Write them out. I believe that I can do this. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. Again, they are neurological, hardwired beliefs that you have, and they may or may not be true. So please be aware of this as well. Look at yourself and begin to just question, because as soon as you start to question beliefs that you don't want anyway, certainly you can start to break them down. Beliefs are often thought of like a tabletop especially. The belief is the tabletop. I am strong. Yeah, I am confident. Yeah, I could have this tabletop belief of I am confident, and then the legs underneath this table, if there are 4 legs and each leg represents 4 really strong beliefs that underpin this. So I have one global belief of I am confident and then 4 supporting beliefs, then I can start to build a strong, confident belief about this. And each one of those will have a neurological pattern which has been ingrained into our mind. And you can start to break them. Well, what if this belief is not true? So if you have a belief of, I'm just not confident, and that belief has been formed by the fact that, somebody once told you something and it knocked your confidence, and then you tried to maybe go for a job interview and you didn't get it, and you think that that's because you're not confident, and then you tried to stand up in front of a group of people and talk and that didn't go well, and that also adds into this frame and this belief that I'm not confident, and then the list can go on and on. But when you challenge it, if you say, well, what if that was just a one-time event where I just didn't quite get it right that day? What if that was just one event in one moment? And you can start to begin to break down the beliefs, the barriers which are holding us back. So I'm going to leave it there today, as I've gone on a little bit longer than what I was hoping to. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, if you haven't already, subscribe, click the like button below, and I hope to see you in the future.